Feyenoord 0, Aston Villa 2 in the Europa League second round, match day number 2. What a nice win for us to engage in. What a nice win for us to have. I am quietly pleased with how we've responded to the beginning of the season. If you told me 2 weeks ago that we would have had 3 wins on the bounce, probably would have been quite skeptical. But this is what we're talking about. Was it a great performance? No performance is, but there were some standout performances from the likes of Marco Bizot, who came in last minute because Emi Martinez had some form of injury. I think Consa was immense. I think Pau Torres, as always, with his forward passes and his offensive mind, even though his defender was immense. What a great showing from McGinn again. And Emi Buendia, I have my thoughts and feelings about him, but he scored the pivotal goal. For us to go away from home, go back to where we won the European Cup all those years ago and win. It's a beautiful feeling. And to be sitting here, 3 games on the bounce, 3 wins on the bounce, one more game that we can win on the weekend, and we can go into the international break with a completely different mindset than we were even a week ago. Was the performance perfect? Is there still improvements to come from Ollie Watkins and Morgan Rogers? Yes. These are 2 key players for us, but I saw glimpses. I believe we're maybe just one pass away in the final third to actually see things come to fruition and start to score more goals. But, one thing I will say, and I'm keeping this short today because, I want to get into my debrief properly tomorrow, but I really do think we had a great response in the second half to a first half that, was scrappy. Feyenoord seemed to get on the attack and they put us under pressure. And we came out in the second half and we weathered a short storm from them again and then just took hold of the game. And I think the quality started showing through. So let's just, that's exactly what I expect to see, going away from home in Europe, on the continent, 2-0 win. What else could you ask for? So all we can do is continue to build. As I've been saying in all my videos, pre-season is now coming to a close and you're starting to see the cohesiveness start to come through. I think all the things that I was saying at the beginning of the season, the people that I was hesitant about, I was quite skeptical or quite harsh on Matty Cash. He's shown up, and maybe just by having someone in front of him that defensively is going to be there, just gives him a little bit more confidence. I saw our defenders operating with more confidence on the ball when they were under pressure. I think Consa had an outrageous game today. Him and Pau. Great game. I think Boubacar Kamara, unsung hero. The small things, the small movements, the dips of the shoulders to throw the defender off to be able to create space over here. These things are the signs of a confident team. These are the signs of a team that is gaining confidence in each other. And then obviously Buendia scores, and McGinn, to seal the game when we needed a goal just to kind of quell the attack or the opposition from getting any form of momentum. Here comes our skipper. Great run from Marlon. Great ball from the back from Pau to Marlon. And that's what makes him different compared to other defenders. And you're starting to see Ezra do the same thing. So nothing's perfect. And I think to be expectant or to have the expectation that it's going to be flawless, considering the beginning of the season we had, would be quite short-sighted and small-minded. So, listen, I'll take the win. So, look out for my full match debrief tomorrow at some point. I'm looking forward to looking at the intricacies of the game. But, I'm pleased. I'm pleased where we are. An imperfect win, but a win all the same. 3 wins on the bounce. 2 wins in Europe to start off the campaign. Let's just be pleased with what it is. And you know what? Yes, it's not perfect, but 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we'd be begging for this. So I'm pleased, I'm pleased, I'm pleased. And you know what? To think that these players are coming back. You got Tielemans on the way back. You got Onana on the way back. You got Barkley who's going to be available again. You know, we're going to hopefully see Ollie and Morgan Rogers get back to form. And to think this is the trajectory that we're on, whilst still incorporating new players, integrating new players, players getting back to form. What happens when everything's firing on all cylinders? What happens then? An unstoppable beast, bruh. That's what happens. So excited for what's going to happen. Let's finish strong. Let's go into this international break unbeaten in 4 games. What a difference 2 weeks makes, man. What a difference 2 weeks makes. Let's just get it. Let's just get it. Let's get behind the boys, get behind Unai. And yeah, we're waiting for that perfect game, or for that game that's more than like, that's flawless or whatnot. But we'll get there. We will get there. And when that happens, I think we're going to be a force to be reckoned with. So yeah, guys, as always, like, comment. I want to hear your comments. I want to know what your thoughts are. Subscribe to this channel. Let's continue to build this channel. And as always, up the Villa. Peace.